Good morning.
Hello there.
Is it morning?
It could be afternoon when you're watching this.
I don't know what time it is.
It could be the middle of the night.
Whatever time of day it is. Hello. Here we are. We're having a bit of an exciting day because we're here introducing people at the Dorset Bump to Baby show. We're having a lovely time.
It's the first one down here in Dorset as well. The first Dorset Bump to Baby show. It's really exciting.
Buzzing. Loads of exhibitors. I'm having a great time. Best thing today though is getting to meet Mark Harris, who is over 20 years a midwife and author of, I think your second book's coming out soon,
yeah,
isn't
the
it?
first one was Men, Love and Birth.
Which we have here.
And the second one's out.
Lumdy Dose is in.
Hello.
Hi Lisa.
We are live, so if you want to ask us any questions,
Hello Lisa. It's a new experience.
No,
I'm
it's
loving
really
it.
exciting.
I'm loving it.
Oh,
First
for
one,
Blokes as
second
well.
one's Men, Love and Fatherhood, which takes a man from the birth for the first 3 months.
Yeah.
This one's Men, Love and Birth, which is kind of birth preparation, getting ready for the big day.
Do you know what? If you are pregnant, buy your husband this book, because I wish.
I thought you said if
Yeah,
you were
buy your
buy
husband.
your husband. Hopefully.
If
if you're pregnant,
if it's not your husband,
buy your husband this buy a husband. Is there a website where you can do that? Buy a husband website.
If you've got pregnant, buy
Buy
your
your
husband.
Oh, I see. Oh,
Oh
right.
my God, you and I were on the
I
same
am on
page, weren't
very
we?
slow catch up today. But a buy your husband website, that sounds good as well. I could do one of those as well.
It's called Tinder.
Here we go.
there is a website
Isn't
as
that
well.
Find a date. Yeah, so here we go. No, buy a husband. Right then. So yeah, I wish my husband had had this.
Yeah.
Do you
Birthing
wish
for
your
Blokes.
husband had this? What a brilliant idea, because actually we get so much advice,
goodness.
and you talk to all your
Almost too
girlfriends
much.
before you have your baby. When you're pregnant, everyone tells you their birth story. But is there enough for dads? That's what you're doing, isn't
That's
it?
what I'm doing. About 9 years ago, my late wife died. And when she
sorry.
died, a new life wasn't going to be better when, right? Turns out the only life we have is this moment.
Yeah.
With you.
Yeah.
So I kind of decided I wanted to do something that would make a contribution to other people. And I've been around birth for so long and seen men so much out of their own comfort zone. I wanted to offer them something. You know, I
Yeah.
wrote the book for my grandsons and my sons.
Did you?
Yeah, really.
Oh.
But there you go.
So
What
you're
lucky
father
sons and
of, is it
grandsons?
father of 6?
Father of 6, grandfather of 9.
How many of the babies have you delivered? Have you delivered any
Oh,
of them?
no, none.
Really?
I mean,
Really?
I had 5 children with my late wife, and to be
Yeah.
honest, she didn't listen to me when she weren't in pain.
Did you have?
To be honest.
The way to do it. Did you become a midwife after having your own?
No,
kids?
no.
Or-
What happened was I got kicked out of school, and I was
Yeah.
pretty rough. And then I woke up one day and decided I wanted to do something in my life, and I went into nursing, qualified as a nurse, and got pulled away into management. I thought, God, I don't want to do this. And then my mate became the first male midwife from Warwickshire. And he
Really?
said to me, midwife, he said it's a verb, not a noun.
Yeah.
I said, what do you mean? He said it means being with woman, so it's who you're being. So he said, you can't be a midwife without being with the people you're looking after.
Lisa's saying how brilliant,
Fabulous.
I think it's amazing, but obviously the first question I'm going to ask, which you've probably been asked 1 million times, is have you ever walked into a room to deliver a woman's baby and she's looked at you in shock horror because you're a man?
Yeah, well,
That's got to happen all the
Well,
time. Has anyone ever said he's not delivering my baby? I want him out.
and I used to be 28 and a half stone, so even bigger than I am now, so
Yeah.
it's more of a shock, right? But what we did early on, because I was the only man in the building out of 400 midwives, is that the woman would be asked whether in theory she was happy with a man before she even met me.
I remember having the midwife come round and say, we have a male midwife in training, do you mind if he comes in?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, sure, he's got to learn.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when you're in labour, you
Yeah.
couldn't care less who's in the room, could you?
No,
Bring them all in.
Yeah. Well, let's face it. There's usually a point where sometimes 10 people end up in the room with you anyway.
Yeah.
I think
If you're in hospital.
it's different from woman to woman, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think privacy can be very important for some women.
Yeah.
And because of the way the hormones work, to be honest.
So carrying on with your story, was it when you were a midwife that you realised dads needed something?
Definitely. I've been at births where men have told me they felt left out, they felt like a spare part. And of course, man is responding like he has done for millions of years. His amygdala is kicking off. And I've had men on both poles. I had one man who in the corner with his catching up on his iPad with House of Cards.
Oh my God.
He's trying to get away
It is a
from
good
the
drama though, House
It is
of
very
Cards,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with
Not
the
at that
ending.
moment.
I was a bit disappointed. Well, what's happening? He's having an amygdala response, and he's trying to retreat away from it.
Yeah.
And then I had another guy where it's called a police because he headbutted the paediatrician. So his response to the amygdala was to move towards what he perceived was the aggressor. So
I
I
love
realised
birth stories.
they need
I love the word
support.
amygdala.
This is
Do
even
you like
better.
amygdala?
Dad
Yeah.
birth story.
Can you
Yeah,
just tell
yeah.
us what is amygdala?
Well, it's a part of the brain. So if you we've got the forebrain, we've got the limbic system, and the amygdala is in the limbic system.
I'm not sure I've got any of those.
Well, you have. You have.
I don't know if there's anything going on in there.
We wouldn't be here if we didn't have it. We wouldn't be here.
I might have just a little one. I might have a little one at the
Are
front.
we,
but it's
are
all
we
about-
A
amygdala?
midgy amygdala.
Tiny little amygdala. That's what I've got.
What do you
Go on.
find that you bring to the table as a male midwife?
Well,
Or to the floor.
I think
If you're having your
Or
baby
to
on
the
the
fanny.
floor. Or to the bed.
I can't help but experience the world as a man, right?
Yeah.
So I'm the first one to admit that birth is a mystery to me, because I have no way of approximating what that experience is like.
But then there are some midwives that have never given birth
it
themselves.
does. For me, it's not about having a baby. It's about the hormonal response in our bodies. You experience the world as a female of our species, right? I will never know what it's like to be a woman, right? So I'm only ever approximating. What I bring is my experience as a man, because I can approximate the experience of a man going through that in a closer way than maybe you could.
I think it's fantastic.
It is.
Did I just stop the conversation?
No, you did. It was just,
No,
you know,
I'm just thinking about it. Right.
it is, you know, there's so much to, you know, I'm sure that people think, oh, I don't think I'd want a male midwife, but why not? If you're experienced, you know what you're doing.
And how incredible. Do you find that when you're in that room and you're delivering a baby, do you interact with the dad? Maybe you do that more than perhaps a lady midwife.
Maybe.
Would you? I don't know.
As a midwife, and what I've said about being a man, I've always realised that a midwife's role is to point to the source of birthing power. And the source of birthing power is inside a woman. Do you know what I mean? Women birth the human race, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So the power to birth is inside a woman.
Kind of
right?
amazing.
So I've
Yeah.
always known that. So my role has always been to be in the room, but transparent, to be present, to be offering support if it's needed. But by and large, if women didn't birth, we wouldn't be here, right? So it works.
And one of the
perfectly
things that
in the
you
main.
said downstairs that I just loved, you started your talk by saying there isn't a wrong way
No.
to have a baby.
No.
Yes.
It's just
I
your
No.
way.
thought it was lovely. Try and say it again, because I'll never say it. How you said it. It was brilliant.
One of the things. See, I've been at hundreds of births, water births at home, births on land at home in the bathroom, births in hospitals, cesarean births, Vontu's births, forceps births.
Yeah.
And there is no right way to birth a baby. There is only the way that you give birth.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
story
that you're left with afterwards. Do you know what I mean?
And that is such
Oh,
an
the
important-
story's such a good bit.
it's-
after.
That is
really
such
important.
an important thing, because I personally know so many women that feel like they've failed.
Yeah.
Because they write this birth plan, and this is one of my
Biggest
get a bit
gripes.
annoyed about birth plans, because I think you set yourself up with this expectation of something. You do not know how that birth's going to
No.
go. I'd love to have a natural labour with homeopathy and some
Yeah.
music. This is how it's going to be. I'd like a violinist in the corner. And do you know what?
I don't want a
You
violinist
do
ever
not
in the
know
corner.
how you're going
No.
to labour. You possibly do second time and third time. You know a little bit more about
Yeah.
how your body labours, but. You know, these birth plans that we have can set us up to feel
Exactly.
like a failure
Yeah.
on the first day of
On the
being
first
a
hurdle,
mummy.
yeah.
On the Birthing for Blokes program, birthingforblokes.com, we're going to give a program
Give it away.
I
Yes,
think.
we are. Yeah.
A free access to that.
Yeah.
We talk about birth preferences and narratives.
Yeah.
Because having a talk about how you might want the narrative and story to go
Yeah.
isn't a bad idea, but realising that you can't plan for something that's so uncontrollable. You see, the thing is about expectations inside the birth world. Parents are kind of besieged with advice about how it should and shouldn't go. And you know what they say, disappointment takes a lot of planning.
Yes, I know. It's a good saying. Now, in your books, do you give men, dads, and partners, any partners, advice on how they can support their partner through birth?
Yeah.
And the things that they should be doing?
Well, it's playing with words. I give my opinions based on my experience. about certain things.
Laughing at
Lisa's comments.
What?
about,
What's she saying?
They've all gone down. Actually, comments
right.
have gone
I'll
now,
see
but
them.
she's talking about
What
different men.
The book outlines. I give my opinion based on my experience as to how a man can facilitate the hormones responsible for the birthing process working well in a woman. So there are lots of exercises in the book that a man can try out. Because I don't want him to believe anything I say. He can test it in his own experience. So yeah.
But what an incredible thing. I really do wish that, my kid's dad had that. But I've noticed such a difference between baby number one, where he was excited,
and
he'd
present.
read stuff, you were talking about being present in the room. It was first baby, there was so much connection between us. By the time I had my third baby, phone was out,
making a cup
he
of
was
tea.
sending
He was
a
on
few
it.
texts.
Yeah.
He was thinking it was funny when I was getting stitched up. He was going to get a picture and post it. It was just, honestly, it was
Look at your
a
face, I
completely
know.
different experience from baby number one to baby number three. And all the excitement and the kind of, he wanted to learn before baby number one how he could help. By baby number three,
Job done.
get on with it. You can
And
do
we
it.
we
You
had
know
a
how to
pile
do
of
it.
baby books, and Fred didn't open any of them.
A lot.
Sorry,
Of,
Fred, but you didn't.
well, a lot of baby books, not knocking them, are written by women, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
So a woman is experiencing the world as a woman.
Yeah.
She can approximate a man's experience, but she's not inside it.
Yeah.
So that's why I think he says humbly, my book's unique.
What would you like to say to anyone? What's your biggest message about your books and about your series that you have online as well?
Yeah, well, I mean, as humbly as I can be, there isn't any other online program like this one, written and designed by a man who's been a midwife for 20 years with lots of children. So I'd encourage you to check it out.
Go and have a little look. And
Go
where
have a
can they
look.
find it?
Definitely.
www.birthing4blokes.com. Lots of free stuff on there, and we're giving a program away.
I think
We are. We're going to get a signed book,
Incredible.
and with this video, we're going to do a little competition, which is
we
always
are.
nice.
Get on over to our Twitter and our Instagram, because we've got some fantastic daddy giveaways.
Definitely, and if you ever get a chance to see Mark live, he's like a stand-up comic as well as
brilliant.
a great speaker and midwife. So thank you so much
Brilliant.
for joining us on Hey Mummy today,
Bye.
and a safe trip home.